Last time on Curse of Strahd, much has happened since our party arrived in Barovia. The vampire lord Strahd has hounded them at every turn in pursuit of his obsession with Irina, also called Tatiana. In Vallaki, they fought terrible foes who cost them their first life, and in seeing her resurrected, doomed another. Madame Ava's fortune reading was cut short by Strahd's assassin, leaving much of their future uncertain. Chasing after the one lead they had, the party have arrived at Argynvostholt in search of a weapon to use against Strahd. Secrets of ages past and deals have been revealed, but at the cost of another life. But now, in the broken chapel of the Morning Lord, sunlight shines for the first time in centuries, taking the form of a slender blade, held in the hands of Irina Kolyana, the reincarnation of Tatiana. And that is where we are going to begin today, my friends. The Chapel of the Morning Lord is really not much more than a ruin at this point. A few broken windows, a few remaining pieces of stained glass. But the ruined, rubble-strewn chapel suddenly becomes a sanctum of light, as this blade being held by Irina, just a simple hilt, now burns with this blade of light coming from it. She holds it up for a moment before closing her eyes, and the blade vanishes back into the hilt, and the room goes slightly darker. It is not evening, it is approaching morning, or it is morning, I believe, actually. And yeah, you guys find yourselves in this chapel. Irina just holds out the sword hilt, not keeping it close to her chest, almost holding it out as if ready for it to be taken, as she looks around at the party.
Jesper's kind of stunned by this big reveal, assuming that it was just a mundane, broken sword. I'm sure it had sentimental value, but now shows that it's actually very potent, and the fact that it's sunlight, big deal. So he's just kind of in a state of shock at the moment, just like and all those anime noises.
Okay. Nani?
...
Nice. Yeah. You can see kind of looming behind Irina / Tatiana is Mark. Still not quite looking in Xeros's direction, but his eyes have widened at the sight of this blade. But yeah. So
are we? This is just after. This is after Ziki has.
Yes, this was after. Well, Rose is the only one who saw what happened. As you had made your escape from the tower, the very earth had begun shaking, trying to threaten to bring Argynvostholt down. And in the process, Ziki had fallen through the tower and landed down here in the chapel, seemingly knocking herself unconscious. But as Rose, you approached her, you heard her kind of rasp out the word no, and then the shaking had stopped, and she has risen to consciousness. Still badly injured. She's still bleeding, and you can still see she's injured. But yeah, you were the only one here who saw / heard it. Even Xeros, who was above, didn't.
Do I recall us running to the aid of Ziki before or after Irina showing us this sword?
Yeah, that was before. So it was after Ziki. Ziki is alive. Like she's got hit points. You'd all gathered around, and yeah. Then Irina showed you the sword, what it was capable of.
This is far more than I could have anticipated. The sunlight. This could be our chance. It would damage him.
Yes. Hope.
Indeed.
This sword will be a very powerful weapon against Strahd, but it is one that not everyone can use. This sword it possesses not a life, but a mind of its own. My brother knew, not my brother, my beloved Sergei knew it. He felt it. Perhaps even a piece of him is within it now. Those of you who have, and her eyes flicker towards Zeros, those of you who have touched darkness, this weapon will not work for you. It will not bring forth its blade of light. It must be wielded by someone who has justice in their hearts, someone who has light, who believes in avenging what Strahd has done, but someone who is uncorrupted. And someone who knows how to use it. This is no ordinary weapon. It may look like a common sword, but because it is made of light, it is extremely light. Someone who is used to handling very delicate weaponry would be better suited to something like this. Someone who knows how to use it mixed with agility rather than just brute strength would be best suited to it.
You're looking for finesse.
Yes, finesse would be an apt word. But if you wield this weapon, Strahd will not hold back. Every time that you have fought him up till now, he has not brought his full power to bear. When he sees this blade, he will come for you with everything that he has.
I'm sure of it. But without
That's exactly
this weapon...
what happened when Shadow attacked him with her spell.
He sensed the potential threat that she had, and even against Shadow, I do not believe Strahd revealed his full strength either. Strahd is not just a master, he is a powerful warrior, but he has mastered magics, old magics. And I don't think that we've seen his full strength just yet. So any more allies, weapons, tricks that we can create, well, they will be useful to us.
Who of us would, quite literally, have a beacon that draws the devil himself to us?
I think it's gonna be you or I, Jesper.
Not Dog's body? Uncorrupted?
Yeah, definitely uncorrupted. I mean, I'd have it, but lady over there keeps giving me the eye every time I reach for it. Look. Side-eyeing Tatiana.
I will not judge one who wishes. I mean, you took it when we first found it, Dog's body. But, well, if you wish to take it, I will not stop you.
Yeah, I don't think it's my kind of weapon. I don't think it will work for me. I don't think the light show will happen for me. And yeah, as much as I'd like to have a go at the old Strahd, I don't know. Everyone's looking at me. Stop looking at me.
Well, I have been trained by the Vistani to use this, and I get out my rapier. This is how I've fought. I have adopted my college of swords. I've done my training. I know how to use it. It's the symbol that's behind it, which is... it's a big undertaking. And I'm looking back at the reading of the Taroka deck that drew us here in the first place, seeing if there's any answers there. The Four of Stars, the Abjurer. Is there anything that links either of us to it? Or is it just a light on the place where it was hidden?
Maybe you should try and see if you can read the rest of the cards. We've tried before, but is it worth another shot, Jesper?
Jesper says yes.
Strahd has to find his card.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you can try to, by all means. I mean, before you even get the cards out, Jesper, you know that there is you have to be in a certain, to really truly read the cards. Anybody could draw a card, but that isn't the same thing as determining fate. There is a mystical element to this, preparation.
I think the last time was I needed to almost get the essence and soul of Madame Ava back somehow, or reach out to her in some way.
That was the feeling you had, that you needed something that could help broach that gap between this world and Madame Ava's soul. You know, this is...
And the whole time.
You are but a mere apprentice. You still need that mentor's touch to really bring out your abilities. Which means perhaps either finding a person that can speak to that soul, or finding a way to connect it, or perhaps finding a piece of Madame Ava's past that will unlock some mystery.
Okay. How about this? The sword belongs to none of us. It is a symbol. As the reading has shown us, we need these weapons. And whoever wields it now does not necessarily need to wield it the whole time. It will go to whoever needs it the most. That makes sense. For now, I don't mind taking it. Rose, I'm sure you don't mind taking it either. I have been using a sword this whole time. It will be an easy swap for me.
I quite prefer using my bow anyway. It would just be useful to maybe look for an upgrade for that, since it doesn't seem to be doing too much damage to things around here.
Many of Strahd's creatures are resistant to steel and wood. Magic is their ultimate undoing. Finding magic relics here in Barovia is not easy, but there are a few, perhaps. There is the Abbot of Kresik. I don't know much about him, but powerful magic, I know that. And then there is a wizard. The people spoke of him. Irina, when I was Irina, heard stories of a mad wizard that lived in the mountains. Perhaps somebody like that could have it. And then there's an old tower not too far from here as well. Perhaps, I think that once belonged to a wizard of some kind. Maybe something was lost there. But still, it is better if I do not carry this weapon. We all know that Strahd seeks me out, that he would take me if he could. I do not want him to get his hands on this weapon ever again. And she holds it out to you, Jesper.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. You may add to your inventory the Sun Sword.
Woo!
Damn.
Nice.
And as you take it, you feel this kind of presence within the hilt. This kind of bubbling emotion. There is a sense of trepidation, but also as your own feelings and your own emotions, your hatred of Strahd begins to kind of mingle in with the blades, you feel this sense of approval and not quite happiness, but satisfaction.
I think me and this sword will get along just fine.
You just have to promise me one thing, and that is that you will hit him with it hard for Shadow.
Yes, if there's anything
Do
of
some
a
damage.
rotten heart left, that'll be the first thing I aim for.
I don't think there is much there, but a good place to aim nonetheless. Well, now that this business has been settled, I think it best you consider your next options. You've convinced myself and Ismark to remain with you, though we are still somewhat wary of what has transpired, and she looks towards Zeros. But I'm afraid that from here, my old memories and Irina's new memories, they don't provide any clear answers. Ismark, I have nothing left. Take me wherever you go. I'm sure Strahd will follow. When he does, I will help you fight him and kill him. And then you can leave this place. And he looks towards Zeros and be gone forever.
The bromance!
It ain't over yet.
Oh,
It's not over yet.
snap.
It's not over yet. So yeah, what's everyone else doing? So, while we've got this moment, Jesper's now holding this sword. And Jesper, you can tell that you can summon the Blade of Light as the bonus action, basically whatever the magic item says.
Nice.
Yeah, what's everyone else doing? What's the plan?
I think figuring out the next step, right? Sun Sword was the goal for a long old time, and now we got it.
Yeah, it was your one lead from Madame Ava, that and the tome of Strahd, which kind of revealed some of Strahd's history.
So, Mad Wizard's a thing. I know he was on the list.
He was.
So that could be a good one. And also Strahd's soul, try and find that, but that ain't going to be easy. Well, unless we just go to a place and hope.
Sure.
I guess wherever we go, we want to be going away from what's this place? This town.
Castle Ravenloft.
No,
Oh, Valaki.
the one that we really
Pretty
messed up in. That place.
I mean,
We want to stay away
did you
from
mess up,
Valaki.
or was it just? It was pretty bad to begin with. It was pretty bad.
I
they
mean,
know who
it
we are.
could have gone a lot better. It could have
don't mind
gone
Dog's
a
body.
lot
Fact.
better.
Dog's
No,
bodies
Dog's
ain't got
body's
no
fine.
teeth.
Do you want a trip to that town?
Shall I stroll in and find out where the horses are? Hello, good shop.
Yeah, the wagon.
What, any horses? Called Nelly and Furtado?
They're dead.
Oh, I forgot about Nelly and Furtado. Oh,
They might still be alive.
Best horses.
Good horses.
Nice.
They'll keep those.
Nah, they're probably
Alive.
like some kind of weird zombie horses now. Who knows?
Final
Nice.
boss.
What's going on with Zeke, Ree? How's Zeke feeling about everything? What's on Zeke's mind?
She's kind of I think she's feeling a bit twisted up inside, like seeing the sunlight sword and feeling that, I guess, that positive radiance that she felt when she touched the hilt, like feeling that radiant energy. I think she'd be kind of wishing maybe things hadn't gone the way they did in a
Some
little way.
regret. Okay.
A little regret, but I think but I think she remembers that strength that she had when she fell.
There was a lot of it. For that brief moment when that earthquake was threatening to bring down Argynvostholt, and you thought of, the story of this place, the dragon that you'd learnt about, the idea of the beacon. Like, I think Zeke, that seemed to, for when I was listening to you, that seemed to be something that Zeke really kind of set in on, and the fact that knowing that could be destroyed. And then that sort of very primal, earthy rage, but it was dark. Like, you felt that power come from the mists. And for that brief moment, whatever Strahd was doing, you had the power to say, no, this is not your land. And you stopped it. You don't know if you don't know how to call up that power again, but it's there somewhere in you.
Yeah.
You could try and find somebody to teach you. This is the place where there might be somewhere here in Barovia where you could learn more about this power, but you don't know it as is. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Is
Zeros? Dog's body?
Oh, sorry. Is there anything Dog's body might know from being a man of the town? He's been around Barovia a little bit.
He's been around for a bit, yeah.
He's been
what do you want to know about?
I guess
He was kind of living
would
rough and wild for a bit, but
yeah. Would he know of anything like, he's heard the party mention things like this wizard and I guess,
The abbot.
would he know of any other things that could help against Strahd?
Yeah, I mean, you've heard of the abbot and Kresik.
Yep.
You know that there are some problems around Kresik, especially in the woods. That there are servants of Strahd there. But you know, as any good warrior knows, if you were to eliminate Strahd's powerful servants, that does diminish him of his forces. If this is to be a battle, then removing powerful enemies is a good thing. Perhaps hunting some things in the woods could be a good idea. The abbot, you know that there is this kind of fanatical cult around Kresik and the abbot, but you've never really encountered them. You've always kind of kept away and avoided them. They seem to be enemies of Strahd. They're very zealot against Strahd. They will hunt down, you know, Vistani that they think are in service with him. They will hunt down wolves and bats and creatures of Strahd's, and you've heard them refer to this being the abbot. From the sounds of it, very powerful, very magical, has, you know, considerable abilities, but yeah, you don't really know much more than that. Definitely
crazy.
an enemy of Strahd's, though. The Mad Wizard, I think you have, again, only really heard stories, but maybe late at night, whenever you went near Lake Zarovich, on the distant shores, you could see weird lights and like a man shouting, you know, angrily shouting nonsense. But then it would fade, vanish, almost like a ghost story. You know, like you would just hear these random ravings and then they would go. Could have just been a trick of the mind. It could have been one of Strahd's illusions, or just Barovia being Barovia.
Something that Dog's Body identifies with, just a man shouting at night.
The other one is there is a ruined tower not far from Argonvostholt that I think you would have tried to get into at one point.
Yeah.
But there is some sort of ward on the door that prevents anybody from getting inside this old tower. That could be. It looks quite secure. It looks like nobody else has gotten into it because of these wards, and that's near Lake Baratok, which is about sort of north west of where you guys currently are.
Sounds like a good tower.
It could be. That's probably the closest. The mountains, where you've heard the rumors of the Mad Wizard, is on the far side of Lake Zarovich, which you would need to go back to Vallaki to reach. Kresik is beyond, is maybe like another sort of like day or like few hours journey past this tower that you've heard about or you've seen. Yeah. Otherwise, the only things you probably, I think that's pretty much the extent of Dog's Body's knowledge.
Cool. Tom, do you want to think about what Zeros up to, and then I will interject with hot Barovian goss.
I can't go back to Vallaki.
Hot Barovian goss.
Because
Why
I
not?
did some bad shit in Vallaki, is why.
Yeah.
But if we went, do we have to go through Vallaki to get to the other side of that lake?
You don't have to, but it would, first of all, it would dramatically increase the amount of time because you'd be traveling through woods. And as has been told to you, I believe Jesper has said this, and you've also experienced it. The woods of Barovia they're not just normal woods. Like, moving through the woods here is dangerous because that is where many of Strahd's servants live. It would be
Sort of sunlight.
You would, yeah, you definitely could try and fight them off. But things like resting is dangerous in the woods. They are not safe.
We don't rest.
So it's possible, but it's just higher chance or higher likelihood of you encountering bad stuff. It is easier to travel by road to this tower or Kresik than to try and get to those mountains.
Yeah.
So
Towers always go well, don't they?
Yeah, we've been
And
through
people who
it.
are called a mad wizard, that'll always go well, right?
Well, I mean, the Mad Wizard.
It's a
It is
50-50
Barovia.
chance of fun times. And by fun
I think
times, I
it's
mean
more
death.
like, I think it's more like 90-10 bad times to good, but We survived 75% of those bad times, so what could go wrong?
It's not great. We're not on a great, let's be honest.
We've only had 3 player deaths.
I'll let Dog's Body go. You have something to say, Dog's Body? You're itching.
I'm very itchy, yes. Just you all seem a bit lost. And I let Dog's Body be your local Barovian tour guide. I think I heard a few whispers. Sorry, very nervous, not used to people actually listening to what I have to say. Nearby, so up first on the local fauna and flora, there is a tower. I tried to get into it. Could have done with some indoor, shelter. It was quite dark and stormy. But there's a tower, but I couldn't get in because there's a weird symbol on the door. Very burny. It's near Lake Baratok. There's I think I mentioned it before. There's a lovely chap around here. Goes by the title Mad Wizard. And he's by another lake, lovely little thing, quite big body of water, good fishing, called Lake Zarovich. And he's got a tower, and he does this lovely thing where he comes out at night and shouts a lot, and there's like lots of lights, and that's quite fun to watch, especially when I'm just, need some entertainment, quite boring otherwise. But yeah, very pretty lights. And he shouts, sometimes I shout with him, and then he goes away, and I sometimes wonder if that was all in my head, but I'm pretty sure he's there, because there's another tower, Lake Zarovich. I mean, if you're feeling super feisty, there's also a town called Krezik. It's full of this religious folks. They don't like me very much. I smell a bit. They threw rocks at me last time. But yeah, there's this guy called the Abbot there. He doesn't like Strahd. Yeah, very anti-Strahd. But also anti-Dog's Body. So I don't really know how I feel about that. That's up in Krezik, it's called. But also, I've met you guys. You don't know me. I don't know you. There is a little, problemo in the kind of woods northeast of Krezik. Some of the kind of beasties that kind of work for Strahd. You might want to help old Dog's Body, just have a word. Servants of Strahd, if you want to weaken Strahd, take out his servants.
What benefit does it have to you specifically?
A little bit of vengeance, maybe?
Right.
Thus concludes Dog's Body's tour of Barovia. Thank you. Tips welcome.
Very
So it's a
useful
giant,
guidance.
burly,
Blah,
hairy
blah.
man.
I think we should go to the Mad Wizard.
He'll be
Like
happy to
speaking
see
if
us.
possible.
He owes us his
Pretty
life.
wild.
So this is the wizard that Dog's Body has heard in the mountains north of Vallaki.
At Lake Zarovich. Yes.
Or is this the tower?
My reasoning for the Mad Wizard screaming into the night is it's a potential lead to get us information on how I can reach out to the soul of Madame Ava, as Irina suggested I do, so that we can get more information on more relics, more guidance how to defeat Strahd, and someone that is arcane and seemingly knows that sort of thing could be of use to us. That's the only thing I have from all the suggestions. Maybe Krezik has the same. The abbot maybe knows how to speak with those that have passed on, or souls that have not found a vassal. But that's my idea. What about yours?
They also have rocks.
Rocks?
Mine's very
They throw at
very
me.
similar. If there's a wizard, I perhaps would like some guidance as well. But this power I have now. I would like to learn to control it better. If this is what I have now to fight Strahd with, then I need to do better with it.
Power?
The mists, they gave me these different powers. You've seen some of them that I've used before. They're not this. It's unusual. It's a different feeling to what I'm used to. Before, my magic came from radiance, from somewhere good. But this power's different. It's... I don't know. I get angry. I feel feelings that that feel foreign to me. But I need to learn more about it. It's powerful. Very powerful.
Dangerous.
Well, I haven't hurt anyone that I care about, hopefully.
She stopped the shaking.
What?
Just as I got down here, she stopped the shaking, the earthquake. It was Zeke's power. I don't know how. But
Are you sure?
It's extremely powerful. It has to be. It wasn't a coincidence. Zeke said no and the shaking stopped. She controlled it.
That is some power.
You see, as Rose explains this, Irina's expression grows quite dark. If she could stop the shaking, that means that you have the dark powers who once gave Strahd his immortality, the ones that convinced him to drink Sergei's blood, to be given immortality. They gave him the power over this land, to shape it, to destroy it. And you have some similar power, Ziki. She kind of looks in Ziki's direction.
I could feel Strahd right when I was in the mists, as I was laying at the bottom of that tower. I felt his pull, trying to pull the tower down. Whatever power stopped it was against him and helped me stop him.
Zeros, you said that Strahd is trying to escape, you said.
To take over realms outside of Barovia.
Then perhaps the ones who once gave him his power, the dark powers of Barovia, the creatures of the mists, the servants of Mother Night, perhaps they... If he is trying to escape the prison that they have created for him, then it seems that they have found someone new to bequeath their power to. She looks at Ziki. Not the same as Strahd's, but dark power nonetheless.
Regardless, having knowledge of this power, I think, is a good call. For us all to have a good understanding as to its extent and what it is capable of.
If
It's good
that
for
is
us
what
to
you
know.
truly wish, Jesper, there is only one place to learn of the dark powers, to learn of their gifts, and perhaps a place that you too can speak with the spirit of Madame Ava. But it is a dangerous place, one forbidden to many of us who have grown up in Barovia. I know only of it through a scattering of my old memories, of stories that we were told, that my previous reincarnations have been told about. It is called the Amber Temple. It was built by wizards long, long ago. And in it there are vaults vaults that contain the vestiges of the dark powers themselves. The beings that gave Strahd his power, and the ones that have now made Ziki their new vessel. If you truly wish to learn of your powers, dragon, that is where you will find the answers, and that place alone. But they have many dark gifts. Speaking with the dead, that would be, well, it falls within what they are capable of.
Thank you.
Do you know where this temple is located?
It is... I have vague memories. The temple was built into the Balanok Mountains a long, long time ago. This was before Strahd. This is just knowledge that I barely remember from childhood stories told to us. I'm trying to remember, but it is difficult. I think that perhaps finding somebody who has a greater knowledge of history would be more beneficial to us if we wish to seek out such a place.
That was where the war was, right? The Balanok Mountains. There was a war.
Part of it, yes. It came from that place. Strahd and the others, the war was fought all around. Barovia is a valley. This place teemed with life, but the war was fought deep into the mountains, and then it came here to Barovia.
We need someone with historical knowledge.
Somebody who has more than me, perhaps. Or there would be records of the Amber Temple, but you will not like where they are stored.
Ravenloft.
The library of Ravenloft would have information like this.
Okay.
We are not ready for that.
No.
We can't go walking up to his doorstep.
Irina says nothing.
She's too low level to meet these requirements.
It's not true at all. Not true at all.
I know. But we will die. Just so you know.
Maybe. I'm actually trying to look up on the map where the Amber Temple is. Because even I'm struggling to find it, I'll be honest. Even the DM can't find it. This is the problem when it's not your own stuff.
So well is it hidden.
So well is it hidden. Even the dungeon master does not know where it can be found. Chat, roleplay amongst yourselves. Have fun. I specifically request it.
What flaming symbol on this door in the tower?
Okay, I found it.
I don't know. It was lots of triangles, spiky. Ow! I don't know. It was dark. It was a dark and stormy night. You know, like Barovia has a lot of those, and I was very wet trying to get in. I just know that I reached out. I got a little buzz, and I just decided to go and curl up in the woods instead.
Did it look anything like that? And I'll point to Tatiana. Her chest specifically.
No, it didn't.
Rude.
Didn't look like that.
Did it look like
Pointing
those?
at a lady's...
Oh, God.
Don't point at a lady's chest like that. That's very ungentlemanly. But no, it did not look like that.
Oh, well.
It was kind of strange. It was almost like a clock, Dog's body. It had like positions of some sort of strange stick figures making strange positions. It looked like a clock, the emblem on the door.
You know, like a device that tells... What is that thing? The passing of a day? Time? It looked like that.
Like a clock.
Great.
Clock! Yes! Very educated.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know what time is. What is
here,
time?
Who knows? It's dark all the time
Exactly.
anyway, to be honest.
It's morning, because as Tatiana was showing you the sword, light began to stream through the actual day. There's not really sunlight here, but there is a noticeable time when it is not nighttime. There's this kind of dusky grey light, like a very overcast day, blocked out by clouds.
Where to? The Mad Wizard? The Tower? Kresik?
The Mad Wizard doesn't know it yet, but we saved his life. We have something on him, at least.
How did we save his life?
The Blade of Nessus had 5 targets. Madame Ava was one of them, the Mad Wizard was another.
Oh,
Enemies of Strahd. He is a powerful enemy.
I like the sound of
stopped
that.
him.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think if you're gonna find any information about Madame Ava, that might be a really good shout. And I think that the information she gave us so far, it took us a while, but we do have a sword of sunlight that can be very powerful against Strahd. If they can give us anything else, if Ava can give us anything, then I think it's worth pursuing.
Very well. Then, Dog's Body, do you know the way from here?
Yeah. North, and follow the sound of screaming and lights at night.
North is at least a very good beginning point.
Right.
Just gonna point in any direction. I'm gonna point in a direction that isn't north and claim it's north.
Hopefully, as we move in that direction, you'll recall some landmarks. I hope.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, one of those landmarks is Valaki, so that's an easy way to find it.
Yeah,
Bring my
so
name from that way, so not that.
there's this town we're gonna have to go through. Really creepy place. It's called
No.
Valaki.
No.
And
No.
they
No.
make pies there.
No.
Cakes. They have cakes there.
No.
Yeah,
they smell
three
really funky.
nice ladies, 3 kind of old
Yeah.
and ugly but nice ladies make cakes there.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been to Valaki before. Creepy
Cakes.
toy
No.
maker. And yeah.
We're not welcome in Valaki.
Oh no?
That's a shame.
No.
What
I killed
happened?
some holy bones.
Oh. Well. It's tragic.
It was just a very awkward silence as Xeros announces that.
You guys, you've really, how long have you been here? Because it sounds like you've had the wildest adventure in the very short time that you've been here. Crazy.
You could say that. You could really say that.
Oh, yeah. Anything else you want to tell old Dog's Body that you've been up to? Just so I know. Just,
The,
you know.
the cakes in that town are likely ground up children's bones.
Come again.
There were hags in that town that made cakes out of children's bones. You've eaten the cake, haven't you?
Excuse me. 1 minute, esteemed friends. Dog's Body's just going to go behind a tree, and there's a sound of profuse vomiting.
And you step out. The only tree is really in the graveyard where you fought Strahd, so you have to go out into the graveyard next to a little tombstone.
Yeah, just throw up, profusely.
Sure.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm going to assume that after Dog's Body has finished retching, you begin traveling north in the search for this mad wizard, it seems. Mad wizard? The mad wizard, it seems.
Do we get a
Leaving
rest before we
Argynvosholt.
go?
I mean,
we
do you
go
want to take a
around?
long rest or do you want to take a short rest?
Oh, I
He's,
have
like,
no spell
dead.
slots. And I have 8 HP.
Sounds like you would like a long rest,
Yeah.
Guess it makes
Zeke
sense.
would like a long rest, please.
Okay. Well, let's say it's about sort of 8 a.m. So you can begin the process of a long rest here in the chapel, I'm assuming.
Son of a bitch. Yes.
Mm.
Let's barricade the doors.
Let's
Yeah, you
go
can get
to
the
the
pews. There's like
mausoleum.
broken pews and things like that. You could go back to the mausoleum where you had your rest before Strahd attacked. You could go back in there.
Hey guys, the mausoleum looks really good. Got lots of solid walls. I've slept in there before. It's pretty tight. Yeah, let's go sleep in there. It's
Not
safe,
tight.
real safe.
It's not. No.
It's not tight.
Just enough for
Bruce
a
has
mist to come in.
PTSD.
Strahd never strikes twice.
Draft excluder.
Strahd.
From along the bottom. Problem solved.
Well,
Problem solved.
if you
Just
take a
little
rest in the
draft
chapel,
excluder.
it's not hard to use the pews to try and form some basic barricades and things like that. And yeah, you begin the process of spending 8 hours in the morning trying to get what little sleep you can, find what rest you can. As you do, I'm just trying to think here. Would anybody have any visitations from anything? Just trying to think.
Dog's body's got his usual ritual of just screaming.
Just rocking backward and forth, just occasional
Zeke
thing. I
just
think it would be
scribbles.
very disconcerting. Well, I think Zeke, when you sleep, Zeke, you begin to dream, and you know what is happening when you see that the quaint little country village that you've been enjoying as part of a dream, painting by the river, painting a beautiful little pastoral scene on your canvas with your paints, and everything almost seems back to normal. And then you know what is happening when the mist rolls in and the sky turns dark and black and purple, and the shadows elongate and the mist rises. And you notice, looking at the canvas that you've been painting on, that it's become warped and twisted. The river flows an oily black. The trees no longer have their leaves. And stood on the banks of the river, painted onto the canvas, a little simple replications of the figures that you've seen in the mist. And in a kind of awkward, clumsy way, they begin to move, their paint bubbling and boiling as it moves across the canvas itself. Child, the voice kind of rasps out. You have tasted some of the power of the land. You can feel his grip weakening. You must embrace your calling.
I'm scared. What if I hurt someone?
There is no fear. Pain is temporary. Pain is fleeting. But Strahd's misery will last forever. If he escapes, he will be an immortal blight upon the world. We can give you more, but you must come to learn the secrets. Find Mount Gacchus. At its base, you will find our temple and our guardian, and they will know you.
Mount Gacchus. Okay.
Remember, you did this to save him. If Strahd gets free, he will die.
Okay. Mount Gaggus.
Yes.
Okay.
Good child. Sweet child. Barovia will be yours to make better.
To make better. To make better. Okay.
And then the dream begins to fade and pass away. And you guys finish a long rest.
Cool.
Enjoy.
Found that page in the old manual then, eh?
I did.
On the map?
Yes. I did. I found the point on the map. Thank you.
Are we all prepared? Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Rawr, rawr.
The other thing I was going to say is, Tom, I don't know if you're just keeping it in your back pocket, but do you remember what you learned about who you can speak to if need be as well? Okay, you do. Okay,
we good.
You're keeping that in the back pocket.
We cool. Yeah, we cool, DM. We cool. We cool, DM.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you guys will wake up. It is probably about 4:00 in the afternoon. The sun is setting already. You've spent most of the day resting.
We need to get going, everybody.
Yes.
Get your rations in order, your traveling gear. Lighten a load if you can. I don't know how far we're going. Dog's Body, do you have a rough estimate?
The day depends. Are we going to go through Valaki or around Valaki?
Ideally not.
Around.
Then more than a day.
Around. Well, I'm just gonna bring something up. So Ismark will kind of cough. Well, if you want to head to the northern shore of Lake Zarovich, but if we can't go through Valaki, which I understand why not, then, well, we could go along the river bank that we used to get to Argenvostold, climb down. It should be easier than the climb up. Or we can make our way along the road back into the woods. There's a bridge that leads towards Valaki, but if we head north from there, follow along the western banks, but most of that is through the woods. The woods encircle Lake Zarovich. They'll slow us down. It'll take us maybe for an hour or two. I'd say 2-3 hours to reach the bridge, and then to get to the northern shore of Lake Zarovich, 2-4, perhaps half a day, or perhaps 8 hours, something like that.
Then we best
Moving
get going.
through the woods it will slow us down. Be prepared. I don't know what will haunt us in the woods. Now, do you want to follow the river out of Argenvost, or shall we head out onto the road?
If we're moving through the forest, Rose, it's a favored terrain.
That's right.
So
It doesn't slow you down,
can
right?
lead us through, and we can move stealthily at a normal pace.
I believe that's only you,
that's
but I
while
think
alone. No,
yeah,
but we can.
but the group doesn't get slowed down by difficult
doesn't
terrain.
slow your group's travel.
Okay, so you reckon you can cut that time in
loss.
half? Yeah, so you reckon you can cut that time in half? Ismark's point, like, do you want to head onto the main road or go the way we came in down the hillside? It'll be easier to go along the road. Might take us an extra hour or so.
If it's safer and we won't get lost, then maybe.
I can't promise it's not safer, but
I have the sun sword to light our way if we need it.
all right. Well, let's head out the main doors then. Rose, if you come with me, you and I can sort of lead the trail Everyone else can come behind. Irina, stay close with me and Rose.
Okay.
Man, there is a part of me that's like, maybe we should go to the north of Vallaki and just steal one of their boats and go right across the river, across the lake.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
They've got a port. It's a port town.
It'll have like a little dock, so it'll have like fishing boats and stuff that you could sail across the river. That's
a quicker way across, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Do you know how to swim?
That's a quicker way to die.
Well, this is all Tom Hazel out of character so far. If Zeros says something in character, then the NPCs can possibly weigh in. But until then, this is all just conjecture.
Thinking of bad things I could do, bad ideas. Bad ideas go in the Tom voice.
I like the bad ideas, to be honest. So, but until they're with the Zeros voice, they're not real ideas. So, Ismark and Rose begins leading everybody out onto the road. It is still late afternoon, early evening, but the sun is there. Where there is still daylight of a sort. It's not actual sunlight. But yeah, you guys make your way along the road. And there is no real threat of danger. It takes you maybe sort of 2 hours to follow the road back to the bridge of Vallaki. You can see up ahead, as you begin approaching the bridge, that there are several clockwork soldiers that you had seen in Vallaki, and at least one Vallaki guard who are stood at the bridge as if keeping watch. They have not spotted you yet. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that they are not expecting anybody immediately. So my question is, how do you all want to proceed? There is a cutway. You could start heading up another path, but if you try and cross the bridge, you will have to deal with these sentries.
How many are we seeing?
Probably 2 clockwork soldiers and just 1 guard for now. These clockwork soldiers are taller than most average folk, maybe sort of like 6.5, 7 feet tall, very thin, gangly limbs, and all these clockwork components that drive their arms and legs, very narrow, pointed faces, blades for hands. They look vicious.
Blade hands.
Mm-hmm. Shink.
I could use the sword again. Compel them with the Church of the Ruby Rod. Force them to let us through, just like I did last time.
That was before they realized and started chasing us down.
We should stay out of trouble.
I think they know our faces well. We're a recognizable bunch of people.
There is another trail. It's not quite a full road, but it leads somewhat north. We could follow that, try and cut through the woods. It's an older trail, though.
I say we try that.
I can hide in the woods as much as I can.
All
Lead
right.
us
Well,
through.
this one, we can stay on the road for now. And yeah, maybe get Ismark begins leading you that way. I need somebody, I don't care who, to roll a d20 for me.
Rhiannon.
No.
Yep. It's already.
No.
I love it.
Oh, what have you done?
Roll a d20 for me, Rhi.
Roll it. 17.
Yes.
There you go.
17. Ho ho. As you travel down this old road, there's that same eerie sense. There are woods on either side, thick, old, ancient woods. There's no animal sounds, just the wind rustling through the boughs, scattering a few leaves, but not even the chitter of small animals or the call of birds, just your presence. You don't seem to encounter anything. As you turn off the road, Ismark and Rose suddenly take the lead, and now you are traveling through the thick woodland. You can hear the lapping of waves in the distance from the large lake. As the sun dips, the lake begins to take on the kind of presence of a huge shadow as if some giant gargantuan thing is floating through the sky and casting its shadow down onto the earth itself. Rhiannon, can you roll another d20 for me, please?
Okie dokie.
Okay.
The 6.
It's been about 2 hours now. Can you roll another d20 for me, please?
Okay. Let's get
You don't have to roll anymore.
Let's get guys.
You arrive at a small, not quite a small stream, a river that runs from the mountains to the north. The slopes becoming steeper now. The river ahead, there's no bridge. You'll have to either ford it or cross it, that leads down into the thick dark of Lake Zarovich. By now, night has fallen overhead. You can hear the braying, the howling of wolves far, far in the distance. You can hear the skittering of things out here in the woods. And I also require, let's see, Irina will need to make a saving throw. And I think that's just it for now. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's, you don't notice anything. I'm not going to make you guys roll. Crossing a river isn't particularly hard. It's not super fast moving. There's no rapids or anything like that. But you are cold and wet as you cross it, and you begin kind of making your way through these deep, thick woods on the northern shore, keeping an ear out for screaming. Can you roll another d20 for me, please, Rui? You're about here.
That's half of 3. Oh, nice.
Okay. Okay.
16. That's not good.
Really?
Can you roll a d12 and a d8 for me, please, Ori?
No pressure.
12. There's the
Oh my
D8.
God.
Not 5.
Okay.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Oh. Where is it? Come to me. Okay.
You have physical dice, don't you, Ree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. It'll be pretty much the same with me. I know what I'm like.
Yeah, I know.
You're making
matter.
your way. As you are making your way through these woods, you come across it. Rose and Ismark, you smell it before you see it. Putrid, decay, rot, all begins to kind of
It's not me.
come from somewhere nearby. Carrion. Rose, you can identify the smell of a dead wolf quite well based on your history and your past. And as you emerge, you can see propped up against a tree, there is a particularly large direwolf, ravaged by blasts of flame, of frost, its fur singed in many places, and it's been hacked at and torn at by, well, who knows what, really. Blood trail kind of been clearly dragged from the water's edge to here. You notice its claws and teeth have all been removed.
Oh, that's messed up.
Would I know what might remove stuff like that? Would I know that, given that I knew what hags were before, would I know what kind of creature might have caused that?
I mean, the wounds, something with magic, something with powerful spells. It's conjured lightning, it's conjured whatever's been is conjured lightning and fire have used to wound it. What would take its teeth and fangs? No idea. A collector? A hunter, maybe? No creature. Unless maybe for, crafting something, weapons, something like that, maybe. As you are stood around it, the rest of you, as you kind of follow in kind, you see Ismark and Rose looking at this wolf body, and then you glance as you hear the scuffing of hooves briefly from the woods nearby, and as you look, you see an elk standing on a rocky spur about 60 feet away. Its coat is pitch black and its eyes crackle with blue power. As it stands there, for a brief moment you kind of look and wonder if it's a dream or an illusion, when suddenly it takes on the form of a man in tattered dark black robes. His hair and beard are long and streaked with grey, and his eyes crackle with that same power. You think my magic has grown weak? Damn you! And I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
What?
Would Dog's body recognize?
About your magic, nerd.
Yes, go. Continue your question.
Would Dog's body recognize this fine gentleman as a fellow howler of the moon, shouter of profanities in the nights?
I'm not quite sure what you're actually asking me. Are you asking if he's somebody you know? No.
As the Mad Wizard.
I mean, you've never met the Mad Wizard. You've heard screaming and seen a weird... No, you've seen like a figure moving around on a distant shore. You've never seen him.
Does his shouting at us sound familiar to his shouting?
Sounds pretty mad. I mean, I'll tell you that much. He sounds pretty bonkers from the sounds of it, but yeah, I mean, you don't... give me those initiatives. Zeke.
4.
4 total. Yeah. Lovely. Jesper.
19.
Rose Vanandi.
19.
19. Zeros.
12.
Irina, I will have to roll. Boop, 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 boo. 13. Dog's body.
17.
Start. Well, Rose, being the seasoned tracker and things you are, it's no wonder that you are not fully taken by surprise by this figure's appearance. What do you do?
Are we in sort of we're in the forest, right? So there's trees around us.
Yeah. You're in a kind of like thick, nestled together group of trees. I mean, it's on the slope of a mountain, so there are rocks protruding here and there. You can hear the sounds of the lake to the south, but a fair distance away still. But yeah, there's plenty of like trees for cover and things like that around. Or to hide amongst.
I will hop behind a tree and just sort of, I want to just stick out from the side a bit and say, whoa, we don't know who you are. Please. And just see what he does, but prepare to draw an arrow if I need to.
Okay, but you've not drawn a weapon so far?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. All right, Jesper.
I'll follow suit, put my hands up. We mean no harm.
That's it? You just get kind of offer this kind of peaceful moment?
Yes.
Okay, Dog's body.
Same, yeah. Can I just kind of hop behind another tree? Be like, peace, friend!
Peace, friend. Yeah, you guys all kind of take these passive kind of like, whoa, we don't mean any harm. And you just see these mad eyes dart around. He's just like, I know your tricks, Strahd. You will not trick me with these illusions. And then he looks around, and he towards Zeros, he just raises his hands and a bolt of lightning streaks out from his palm. Zeros, make a dexterity saving throw.
Motherfucker. What a prick. 11.
To be fair, you do look the most threatening probably out of everyone.
That's exactly why I picked him. 23 points of lightning damage, Zeros, as you are blasted in the chest by this bolt of lightning. And you just hear, yes, my power is still strong, Strahd, you see? You have not broken me yet. Not yet. Never! He just begins cackling. He casts a spell. He will begin running into the woods. just sort of manically, kind of almost skipping and dancing as he does so, just kind of like as he reaches for cover, dashing behind a loose clump of trees and rocks. Ismark will pull his weapons out, seeing as this spell has happened, and put himself in front of Irina and sort of begin ushering her back, like, back, Irina, come on, let's get behind cover until they can figure out what to do with him. And he's pushing Irina away as he does so. Irina will look in Xeros's direction and then be like, yeah, just one thing before we take cover, brother. And she will raise her hand up and she will cast Bless on Rose, Jesper, and Dog's Body.
Aye.
Nice. Nice.
Everybody hates me.
Not everyone. Dog's Body doesn't hate you. Zeke doesn't hate you.
Yeah. Like Dog's Body erasure.
Well, Xeros, luckily, it's your turn.
How far away is he?
Oh, he's within, like, if you want to move up to him, he's within 30 feet. He's not moving too far away from you.
I'm going to say, stand down or fight me, and compelled duel on him.
Okay.
So he can't, he has to make a saving throw, a wisdom save, and if he attempts to run away from it, he also has to make another wisdom saving throw.
Interesting.
Pull him towards me. Mental chains, that's what I'm calling it. How high is his wisdom? Doesn't seem that wise to me. Zap and one will kill him.
I've still got an element of sanity left. I'm just trying to decide whether this is something... I mean, he knows magic pretty fucking well. He knows what you're trying to do. He'll counterspell it. So he just, like, as you begin channeling this power of Asmodeus to kind of throw out these mental chains, his eyes seem to snap almost for a moment in clarity, and you just watch the chains break. These mental, like, chains in your mind, they just shatter. Your pathetic little magic is nothing. I see you for what you are, devil worshipper. Never!
I mean, that was a bonus
I like this
action.
dude.
That was a bonus action, so in that case, I want to run up and try and grapple the nerd.
Okay, yeah, you just run towards him, sure.
And yeah, I'll try and pin him down, grapple him, push him against a tree, punch him a couple times, maybe kick him in the balls. Fucking lightning bolt me.
Sure. So strength check from you.
Strength check. 17.
That's a 7. That was a strength save, not a strength save.
Oh, you're right.
This is just D20 plus.
There we go.
With a kind of madman strength, as you try and grip onto him, he just throws you off of him, almost like body throwing you into a tree as he like presses you up. It's just like, see, I still have my strength as well as my magic. Your minions are no match for me, you vampire bastard. Zeke.
God.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself at level 1, give myself 5 temp hit points. And I'll just say, Xeros, stop! I don't think he can be reasoned with. Just leave him.
Yeah, he kind of is too busy cackling at throwing Xeros off of him to really respond. But yeah, you cast Armor of Agathis. Rose.
I'm going to shout to him, please, we know Madam Ava. We are not your enemy.
Madam Ava. Ava, I don't know these names. I don't know any names. I don't know who you are. You've been sent to kill me, like all of them.
We're not with Strahd. We would never be with Strahd. Jesper, show him a sword.
Okay. Anything else,
Nice.
Rose? Anything on your turn, like action-wise?
No, I'm still just going to keep a bit ducked behind, but just shout out to him.
Okay. Jasper.
I'll run out to make myself as visible as possible to this mad wizard. Focus on the sword and just concentrate on show your true power, sword. And use my bonus action to invoke it.
this blade of sunlight erupts from it, and you see the man like temporarily blind. He's like, the light, so bright, and he kind of like clutches his eyes as if he's not seen bright light for some time, as it just bathes Jesper in this radiant glow from this sword as you hold it out. Anything else?
I'm going to see if this works from a roleplay perspective rather than its intended effects. Sure. I'm going to use a 3rd level motivational speech, which would address allies, staff, or innocent bystanders to exhort and inspire them to greatness, which would give them an advantage on wisdom saving throws and give them 5 temp HP. So I'm hoping to give him a bit of a clear mind to listen to us.
What do you say? What's in the speech? Like, what are the actual, like, well, you don't have to, like, give the speech, but, like, what kind of things does it talk about? Like, what kind of things are you saying?
I'm saying I've been a Vistani here my whole life. My enemy has always been Strahd. The cards that have been dealt from the Taroka reading have brought these people around me to our destiny to fight Strahd, and we need you right now. That sort of thing. Okay.
When you finish, he kind of looks in your direction, and there is a moment where he doesn't look like he gains any more clarity, but there's almost like he's more confused, not being attacked by several of you. But he glances down at Zeros, he glances at you. Vistani. No, your enemy isn't Strahd. The Vistani have served Strahd. They brought me here. Did they bring me here, or did I come here? I came here for a reason, but why? I can't remember. He took it from me. He took my memory. No, you bring innocent people here. You've brought adventurers from my world. You've brought them here to be his playthings. You are no friend. You are an enemy. You are an enemy. Dog's body.
I am going to come out from my hiding place with my hands up. No weapons. I'm just going to be like, Listen, you crazy old bastard. If there's anyone here who hates Strahd, it's me. I was brought here like you, and he killed all my friends. He killed my brothers and sisters in arms, and he left me cursed here. You need to stop now. We're on your side.
Words, so many words. But I've had them speak words to me before. Words speak to me before. I need time to think. He looks up. He looks around all of you. Time. Yes, time. Time is what I need. Time I shall have. He brings his hands up in front of all of you. He brings them to like a pyramid in front of his eye, like his forehead. And then he closes. Time stop! And he seems to vanish. Few seconds pass, and then in all of a sudden, Zeros, you kind of stand up. You are trapped in like a cube of force. You're like it's around you. You cannot move. There's like a cube of force completely surrounding you. The man has now become 4 men. There are 4 versions of him stood there. You can see that he is covered in like a magical armor, like a suit of armor has come around him, and he is holding out a hand. He's placed himself behind all of you and has a hand up that is kind of in your direction. You will speak now. What are you doing here? What is that weapon you wield? If you speak false, I shall freeze you all into the earth.
I'll hold the sword up as if I can't. Well, I'll put
Diminish it. Diminish it.
I'll retract it. Fine. We are seeking relics to defeat Strahd. This is the Sun Sword. Originally Sergei's, the brother of Strahd. It is one of the many things that can be used to defeat Strahd. We are seeking knowledge, which is why we have come to seek a powerful wizard for more information.
You speak clever words. I have known ones like you. Clever speakers with silver tongues. You, Archer, who are you? Why are you here?
My name is Rose. I'm here because this land needs help, needs to be freed. I've already lost my travel companion here, and I mean no ill will to you. We are looking for allies, and they're very hard to come by here in Barovia.
Yes.
If you would like, I can kind of prove to you that we are truth.
Yes, do it. I know the spell. Cast it upon yourselves, but not on me.
Okay. I'll cast Zone of Truth.
I will know if you do not cast it. Well, yeah. I mean, it's up to you guys. Yeah, you could all choose to succeed or save against it or fail. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll fail it willingly.
Yeah. I'd like to try.
Yeah,
and resist. Okay, Zeros, make a saving throw.
Does the cube affect him in any way?
Charisma saving throw.
It doesn't help him. Doesn't help him.
20?
It succeeds.
Yeah, that passes.
Oh, wow.
But you know that Zeros has passed. You know that Zeros has resisted the effects.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell him that. I'll say, one of my companions has failed, but the rest...
Which one?
Are
the dragon?
Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn?
Yes.
He serves Asmodeus. I can sense it. That weapon he carries, it has the mark of Asmodeus.
That's correct. But
why do you travel with him? Why do you travel with such an evil creature?
He wasn't this way when we arrived.
What the
Asmodeus. Asmodeus.
Well, you weren't.
It wasn't like this when we met him.
I said he wasn't this way. You weren't being controlled by Asmodeus.
Yeah. What?
But Asmodeus should not have power here. This realm should be separated from the nine hells. Why? Why can I not remember? I know these things, but I cannot remember why I know them. What of the other Dragonborn?
Why we're
here to free.
Do you serve Asmodeus?
I do not.
You serve Asmodeus.
But the mists, I do not. But I've seen the mists, and they've given me power.
The mists, yes, the mists. Do not go out into the mists. I've tried. They block teleportation. They choke the life from you. A magic, ancient and powerful. There is no escaping the mists. There is no escaping this place. Even my magic is not enough. Very well. I have decided that you are not illusions, and that if you are allies of Strahd, then you are clever ones, and that I must keep an eye on you. You must not be allowed to roam free. You will come with me to my mansion. You will come with me to my mansion where I will think and I will try and remember.
That
but he
very much appreciated.
He will remain. He will remain in my prison.
Here?
No,
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He looks in your direction. Okay, he looks in your direction.
Do it. I mean, I know he can, it's the thing.
Let me have a look.
He did time stop.
I know he did. I know
he did cast time stop.
I know he's totally capable. Just Zeros would just be a dick, though.
Yeah, he would.
Got a little temper, this boy.
He looks in your direction, Zeros. Go on, Ziki. Because you see the mage look in Zeros' direction and he begins moving his fingers to cast a spell. What do you do?
Can I move?
Yeah, you can move. Yeah. He's not holding you prisoner. Like it's just that he looked like he had a cone perfectly placed on all of you and was ready to blast it at you. But you can rush in front of your brother if you want to.
Yeah, can I do that?
You can't reach him. There is, as you go to approach Zeros, like you physically hit like this wall as if there was an invisible wall there, but you can stand in front of him.
Yeah.
You just hear, you see the wizard just like,
touch him.
Touch him. Oh, I never said I would touch him, Dragonborn. And then he grips his fist. Let us see if you enjoy visiting your master, Dragonborn. Make a saving throw. Charisma.
Oh.
Zeros.
I mean, I'm visiting my
getting
master,
banished.
right?
You're getting banished.
Make a charisma saving throw, dude. Right? Yep.
Sure. What about nat 20?
Well done.
So, how do you want to resist this spell? Is this just like pure will? Do you like plant the sword in the ground, or like how does this look from Zeros?
I mean, dude, I told him to try, and now he's casting a spell.
Smell?
I just want to smile at him and be like,
yeah.
Just,
and I think that you can sense that this is incredibly powerful magic that's about to hit you, and then you just feel as if Asmodeus is stood there with a hand on your shoulder. You are not going anywhere, he whispers in your ear, and you just watch, kind of like the chains that you tried to summon against him, this spell that he throws at you just shatters around you, and you feel the wall of force drop as well from around you as well. He just looks, holding his eyes, his arm lowers. Perhaps, if you are truly an enemy of Strahd, perhaps you are strong enough. Stronger than I was. Come to my mansion. And he begins leading away. He begins walking away.
Clutch.
Fucking imprison
Zeros
this bitch.
is like, Zeros, oh, any possible ally? Nah, I don't think so.
Had you not said that, you could have been permanently banished.
It would have been permanent, but it would have been for a while. And I would have been like, oh, Zeros, it's not a good time. But yeah, I think that is a pretty epic point to end the episode on. I know it's a bit early, but I like leaving on epic moments. So
yeah, it was a
finish
epic
things
moment.
up there. And you guys have now met the Mad Mage. Who could it be?
Zambazoob.
Yeah.
He is not Zim
Zimbalam.
Zam Zimbalim. He is not. He is not. I will tell you this now. I don't want anybody in chat thinking it. He may have a similar voice. That is because I have one mad wizard voice. Yeah, but it's not.
That would be too cheerful for Barovia. No way.
Yeah,
just a mad wizard.
I like to think that Zeros resisted that by sheer force of just ego. Just pure ego.
Oh, yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It was 100%.
Yeah. Just absolute. Yeah.
And a little help from his friend.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
He really does. Really does. It was basically a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure moment of stopping time, and then Zeros is like, no. Cool guy. Perfect. Well, yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching, everybody. We might have some few things to read out, but thank you, friends, for playing the game. I hope it was a fun one. We've got a new goal. You guys have come to meet the Mad Mage and hopefully convince him and help him. And
then after that, I mean, Zeke knows where the Amber Tower Amber thing is. Pretty much.
Temple. I love. Do you know what? I'm going to say this. One of my favorite things is whenever I mention anything in this campaign, I immediately look at Chris Trott, and I love seeing Chris Trott's reactions. Like, oh, there's a cool tower, and Chris Trott's like, ooh. He's like, little face lights up, like, ooh, I want to go to the tower.
Done with this one.
and then I'll say things like, yes, here's where the Amber Temple is, and Chris Trott makes a very worried looking face, and I'm just like,
Never got that far, did we?
We didn't. We definitely didn't. When we played. There was a lot of things we didn't get to do when we played.
Nope.
But yeah.
Shit.
And there's a few things where it's generally anything that we've already done, Trott, I've changed a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, God, that's not happening. By the way, I've already put my changes in place to make sure that we don't have a army of 100 twig blights killing Strahd. So, what will win? One bag of holding and 100 twiggy boys, or one immortal vampire lord?
That's really good because they're essentially all stakes, aren't they? They're just they're the personified stakes.
We didn't even think of that.
We
just had to try and do some very quick math of like, okay, how much damage would a swarm of 100 twig blights do per turn?
Oh my God.
Jesus.
There's nothing left to stake.
Yeah. And then a lot of just awful saving throws and lucky saving throws on our part. I remember in when we played in the game with that Strahd that Trot DM'd, my character for the entire battle against Strahd, I was charmed and I was chasing down another member of the party and could not hit him to kill him. I was just like, come here, I'm gonna kill you. And that was my entire game, was chasing after another PC and not killing them.
Imagine if that happened.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just being Tasha's hideous laughter on the floor when you should have got a saving throw at the end of every round, and that was conveniently forgotten about. Funny, good times. Right. Nice. Anything to read, Tommy boy?
Awesome. Chromium 246 has a donation with: if your Curse of Strahd characters were animals, which animals would they be? A dragon? Oh wait, hang on. An IRL animal, not a dragon, Tom.
Wow.
Read me like a book.
One wide open. I don't know. A Komodo dragon. There you go. That gets around that, doesn't it?
Wow.
A dragon in the name.
Or a lizard.
Original.
What would you guys be?
I can see Rose being like some sort of like hawk, maybe like a hunting hawk or something. Pink doesn't really work for it, but character-wise, Jesper's like a weasel or like a little ferret. I can see him being like a little ferret, like a mongoose that hunts snakes.
Yeah.
Dog's body's like a bear mixed skunk.
Bear
Yeah.
skunk.
Oh, skunk.
Bear
Oh,
skunk.
yeah. A honey badger.
Probably a character in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Bear skunk. That's probably an animal in it.
Almost definitely.
Zeki's like a little chameleon. I don't know. That's the vibe
I was going to say
like
chameleon. That's fucking
from
weird.
Like Tangled.
Yeah, the tangled one. Yeah.
Same brain.
Mind meld.
Mind meld. The Chaos Twins aren't the only ones with the mind meld. I've got it as well.
No. Oh my God. An animorph that goes from me to Reed to Mark.
Oh,
it's a Pokemon evolutions.
Yeah.
It's the me,
We're
Matt
back
Mercer
here
to
again.
Matt Colville Pokemon evolutions.
Oh, yes. That's awesome.
All right.
Anyway,
There you go.
Chromium finishing the donation. Chromium not watching live because of school, but we'll see you all Sunday. Well, we're not live on Sunday,
We're not on
but
this Sunday.
we'll see you next week. Kaz MK56 donating because I turn 17 tomorrow. Happy birthday!
Happy
And I want to
Day
thank the people
you.
who got me here. I've been watching since the beginning of Lightfall, and it's made a huge impact on my life. I can't thank you enough for what you guys do. Lightfall, and you're 17 now.
Wowie.
So that's what,
Wowie.
13, 14 maybe? Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
We bab.
Varys with the donation and no message as usual. Thank you very much. Nixter, here's a little money to help Trot get a computer.
He definitely doesn't need any help with that, but thanks. And we appreciate
a
it.
computer that does not crash during a strem. P.S. Long live Chaos Twins. Thank you very much, Nixter. Nightjar, Zeke is going full on. Instead of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen. Not dark, but beautiful and terrible as the dawn. When? There you go. Very soon.
When she's ready.
We have a queen. Amazing.
Ravager, the worst adversary any D&D
Now
player
you've all
will
got
ever
glasses.
the wait, you put giving yourself glasses. God damn it. Ravager, the worst adversary any D&D player will ever face. The monstrous, the horrifying, the insurmountable D20. Ironically, also DM's greatest ally, especially Mark's when rolling through Roll20. I know it's been a while, but I haven't forgotten. No, none of us have forgotten. We're all still a bit sour about it. And Ravager 4 again. Zone of Truth.
RGB glasses.
Zone of Truth, the Spell of Truth, Justice, and roasting the shit out of Zeros. Yeah, that's what it's used for. That's what most spells in this game is used for. Some way to hurt me.
Well, look, you will keep making yourself the target. I can't help it.
Yeah, try it. It's a pretty good way of getting yourself to be the target. And that is all donations. So thank you very much.
We
Also-
have a bunch of gift subs. Yeah.
Yep.
What?
From Megill, X-Birch, Sad Pair, We Churn, Miahel,
Yeah.
and
Miahel.
Reika Siuri.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you for watching the show. Like I said, no high rollers on Sunday this week, but we will be back the week after. Hopefully next week. From next week, we'll be way back to our normal schedule. Hopefully less
Stronger
scheduled
than
weeks and stuff.
ever.
Stronger than ever. Look out for a bunch of stuff. If you want even more D&D, you've got Knights of Evening Star, which is a show I do with the D&D Twitch channel, and people like Anna and Mika and all those guys. That's been a lot of fun recently. We'll be back for more Strahd next week. And yeah, keep watching everybody's personal streams. I know Ree and Kim have been streaming like super regularly and doing loads of good stuff. Go and check them out. And then there's always Hat Films, I guess. You can go and watch that too.
Don't watch that.
Probably don't.
I loiter.
don't watch
I
that.
loiter in Kim and Ree's streams while I work sometimes.
Yeah,
I just
sometimes.
loiter and listen to friendly voices.
I pop in on Restream for a bit of chaos now and then, just to see what nonsense platforming garbage is going on. Of like, how come Spyro can't fly, but this tiny penguin can, and stuff like that. But yeah, and then Chaos Twins on Tuesday.
Chaos Twins on Tuesday.
Yep, cool. All right, well that's it from us. Take care. We love you. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.